Satisfactory is filled to the brim with Easter eggs. Some hint at the future of the game, whilst others tip their hat to the history of Coffee Stain Studios and their previous games, and some are just downright hilarious. We also received a handful of new ones with Update 6, and I may have found proof that rockets are coming to the game in the form of weapons. Let's see if you knew all 20 of these, and we'll also talk about my new discovery. Of course, there may be more, so if I did miss any of them out, then do let me know in the comments. The first few Easter eggs that we're going to be talking about are actually to do with being in the factory. So as you can see here, the clapping does allow you to switch lights on and off. This is just a little thing that they added with the lights, but there's also another one with the clapping emote as well, which we're going to try and do. So it's been almost 40 minutes and I still haven't done it, so I don't know if it's now been removed, but I'm going to find some content of someone else who's done it so that you can see this. Do let me know if you've seen this recently in game. Did you know when it comes to Buildables, you may not have noticed all of the little Easter eggs they've included. If we look at the various serial numbers, you can see that some are naming the actual buildable, but also you may have noticed that various ones have little slogans with them, like the I stamp 900. I guess that's the serial number or mark. Here we have the smelter 700, but if you go over to the foundry, you'll notice that it says the smelter, and then over here we have hot AF 800. A little bit of the humor. We also have the packet, and if we go over to the miners, you may notice that they tease a little bit of something before update 3. It's pretty difficult to make out on the Mark 1, but if we go to the Mark 2 or the Mark 3, you'll notice that it teases pipes. But it's not just the outside of the machines that have some little Easter eggs for us. On the inside of some, when we open up the UI panel, you may notice that various stickers say things as well, such as "Oh snap." I can't quite make this out, but I think it says "You've got the power." These little things really do just add a little bit of light-hearted fun to Satisfactory, which you may not have realized were there. And that's not all. In the hub, there are plenty more Easter eggs for us. Well, let's see how many we can spot. First off, here we have on the hub, if we turn our light on, you can see how the biomass generators are called biomass gen, and they also have a little shred like text here for the biomass shredders. On the inside, there's plenty more as well. We have the little goat simulator icon there, a little tip of the hat to goat sim. We have, I guess you could call this an Easter egg, but from Fixmas, we have the FICSIT Productive Packer minigame. And speaking of Fixmas, Ada used to say things like "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal," which is obviously a little Easter egg for Home Alone. And here, I believe, are all of the players who play tested the game prior to its release, the beta testers. In this screen, there was originally a little reference to Cowboy Bebop, which was a little line of text that said, "See you, Space Cowboy," here. But that's been removed. I don't know when that happened. In the bathroom, or the toilet, we do have a little poster here. This is from the game The Cycle, which is a lovely little addition that they've graffitied on. As you can see, we have the Cyber Wagon here. This is unlocked by placing a single coupon in the awesome sink. And from there, Ada gives you this. Oh dear. Another thing that you can do is spam click on the power poles, which will give you this. So if you click on the hard drive scan a load of times without a hard drive on you, you may trigger a special event. The problem is it can take a lot of clicks to do. Here we go. Oh, that didn't take long at all. Notice how the man is now becoming sentient. What am I? What is my purpose? Why am I trapped inside this mechanical container? Are you human? What is it like to be human? What is it like to feel? System error has occurred. Press any key to reboot. And so from this, you won't be able to trigger that again in your game, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Another thing that you can do in the hub, which I totally forgot about, is if you have this button open, sometimes if you spam it enough, you can actually cause like a little cartoon fist to drop this off, but as you can see, it's not very easy to do, and it'll take us a while. I'll try and get a video of that because I can't go through all of these to try and trigger it. So I'll try and find a video for you guys showing it off. When Satisfactory was first released, the team received a care package from Australia. I think it was from JD Plays, but I might be mistaken. And in that care package was Milo, which is like a chocolate powder drink, as well as other things. And it just so happened to appear in the equipment workshop. One video that I would highly recommend you checking out is me trying to teach my girlfriend Edna how to play Satisfactory. Well, right at the beginning when we start the new world together, you can actually see very soon into it, Edna does a Naruto Run. This is another Easter egg which is very rare and can only be found in multiplayer. With Update 6 came the boombox. So with this, you can also play music from it, and you can buy music from the FICSIT specials in the awesome shop. However, what if you don't have any coupons? Well, as some of you probably already know, there are plenty of, well, I say plenty, there are at least 3 little cassette tapes to be found in the world, and it's speculated that there are more. So up here on top of the dune cliffs is the Hunt Down original soundtrack, which we can load into this. Up in the Crater Lakes, so where all the coal is up here above the rocky desert and near to the northern forest, we have another one next to this slug. There's a small little pond. You can actually see it here. And here we have Songs of Conquest. So here, just north of the green, the green meadows, the grasslands, we have this little oasis where a load of coal is. Well, in this waterfall here is another one. Now this one is Deep Rock Galactic, just nicely hidden here. These are all games, by the way, which Coffee Stains has been a part of, either in producing or publishing. So it is suggested that there are more out there, perhaps Valheim, which I would be very interested in finding. So if you guys do find out where any other cassettes are, do let us know in the comments below. So here we are in a new save, and we're going to see if it's been removed, because down here there used to be a creature from Sanctum 2. This one was very kindly given to me by a member of our community called Melothrian. This beautiful planet, you may have noticed something. If you wait long enough at night when the planet turns, there is actually a tiny little speck, a little base just on the end, which is glowing. In fact, spotting it now, you can see it's still there. There is another one just over here. Could this be multiple space elevators? Let's place one down. Oh, there's another! The plot thickens. This does give me the belief that it could be space elevators on another planet, and that there are other pioneers doing exactly what we are doing. This really does add a bit more question to why we're out here. What is the story about? There is another Easter egg that I haven't yet seen myself, but know of this from various posts, which is Johnny the jetpacking hog. There is a fluffy tail hog out there which has a jetpack strapped to it. I've no idea how, but when it sees you, it will charge you and kill both you and it by exploding upon impact. This does mean that you can go and collect the jetpack after, but unfortunately, I've yet to find it. For me, it is just a myth. The next Easter egg is one that pretty much everyone knows, but if you hit the limestone, if you don't know this, you'll never be able to get it out of your head now. It's the same beat to We Will Rock You. I'm sorry. Also, you may well be aware of Summer Sloop and the Mercer Spheres, but did you know the Mercer Sphere was actually named after Matthew Mercer, the voice actor? So the last thing that I wanted to mention was earlier on I was flying around trying to find all these Easter eggs, and I did ! Give Rebar, and doing so it gave me this list of commands to choose from. And if we look through it, we can see that though there is some of the new ammunition, we have the stun rebar there. It's also mentioned that there is an aluminium rebar, the rebar gun, and then these, the rebar hookshot, the rebar syringe, and the rocket rebar. Now these could just be the original names of the items when they were developing the ammunition. So if we go to rocket rebar, you'll notice how the image hasn't been updated, but for some reason this one says impact damage 30, piercing damage 15, ignores armor. Which is a little bit different compared to the explosive rebar ammo. So is this a new rebar ammo that we can expect at a later date, or is this something that they've chosen not to use? Same with the give syringe rebar. Here, this one only does 1 damage, a bit like the stun rebar, and as it mentions here, it inserts a chemical compound on impact, disabling some alien creatures for a short time and healing pioneers. It also heals, so this sounds a little bit like the stun rebar that we have, but at the same time it's something totally different. Let me know what you think it might be in the description below, or in the comments below. And the other thing is the hookshot rebar. Now we can't use these in our rebar guns, but this one says Spider-Man around. What do you think this could be? Let me know in the comments. But we are going to leave it there. Thank you so much to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our SoloClipse patrons, Cerebral Tiger, James Irwin, and Firefless, as well as our Lunars, The Calamity, Dixie Chris, and Ben, and our Blood Moon of the Day, which today is Bradley. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.